Welcome students. This is the third part of the video from the chapter 2 Constitutional Design. In the last video I have told you about that how Indian Constitution was drafted. Now in this video I will tell you about the Constituent Assembly and the importance of preamble. So let us begin. Dear students, in the last video I have told you that how the Constitution of India was drafted by the makers of the Constitution. Now the question is that who were these makers? So, to make the Constitution of India, the Constituent Assembly was appointed. So, in July 1946, elections to the Constituent Assembly were held, and the drafting of the document, that is, Constitution, was done by an assembly of elected representatives that was called as Constituent Assembly. And Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the chairman of the Constituent Assembly. And after that, in December 1946, the first meeting was held. And soon after that, the country was divided into India and Pakistan. And the Constituent Assembly also got divided among these two countries. And finally, the Assembly adopted the Constitution on 26 November 1949. But it came into effect on 26 January 1950. And to mark this day, we celebrate January 26 as Republic Day every year. On 26 January, India got its own constitution and it was declared as a republic country. Now, another question is that why we should accept the constitution made by the assembly more than 6 decades ago. The reasons are that the constitution does not reflect the views of its member alone, but it expresses a broad consensus of its time. Consensus means the general agreement, which means that the constitution made by the makers of the constitution not only represents the views of its member, but it is generally representing a view of a people of India as a whole, because it was a demand of the people of India to frame the constitution which provide the rights and security to the people of India. Then second reason is for accepting the constitution is that the Constituent Assembly represented the people of India, because at that time there was no universal adult franchise. So the Constituent Assembly could not be directly chosen by the people of India. So it was elected mainly by the members of the existing provincial legislature which was working with the government. And the Constituent Assembly, whatever decision they have taken was accepted by the people of India. And finally, the manner in which the Constituent Assembly worked given sanctity to the constitution. Sanctity means the purity, and it worked in a systematic, open and consensual manner. Now, how it worked in a systematic and open and consensual manner? Firstly, some basic principles were decided and agreed upon. We have already seen that they have taken some basic principles and ideas from the different countries, and they have agreed upon them by having a discussion over them. Then the drafting committee was chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who prepared the constitution for discussion. And more than thousands amendments were considered. Means before preparing a final document or the constitution, many times the people have debated and many changes were made in the Constitution of India. And every document was preserved and every word spoken in the Constituent Assembly has been recorded and preserved. So, after fighting for so long, finally India got its own constitution. Now, next is philosophy of the constitution. Dear students, the Constitution of India begins with a short statement of its basic values, and that basic values called the preamble to the Constitution. And this preamble contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. And it provides the standard to examine and evaluate any law and action of the government to find out whether it is good or bad. Actually, it is the soul of Indian Constitution. You can say that preamble is the preface of the Constitution which describes the Constitution, that actually it consists of what, and it describes the power and the limits of the government. So it mainly focus on the following things like justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thoughts, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity, fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of integrity of the nation. So preamble helps to understand the constitution more. So finally, on 26 January 1950, India got its own constitution, which was made by the efforts of the constitution makers. So we can say here that the Constitution of India is a very long and detailed document, and the constitution makers, when they drafted the constitution, they felt that the constitution should be in accordance with the people aspirations and the changes in society, because society change with the change in time. So one more very important provision was added by them, that whenever it was needed, the constitution can be changed, and that changes were to be known as constitutional amendments, which means that if it is necessary to change the constitution can be changed with few amendments in that. But the parliament or the authority needs some majority to change that rule. So, with this, the constitutional makers were successful in making that form of constitution, which was flexible also and rigid also. And the constitution lays down the procedure through which the person can choose that who will govern the country. And it also helps in defining that how much power will be given to the government and who will be taking the major decisions in the country. And it also put limits that what the government can do by providing some rights to the citizens that cannot be violated. So here you can say that the constitution is the supreme authority in any country, and for any democratic country the constitution is must. So with this, I have finished the chapter number 2 of political science. Now, here I am giving you some of the important questions. Please note down in your copies and practice at home. Thank you.